station, he was seriously injured, his right arm almost crippled by a knife wound. His arm is still weak and tender, and he holds it close to his side, lest someone bump it. I hope nobody here recognises him from the newspaper stories published a few years ago after he was caught in a vice squadron raid on a club for homosexual men. His family disowned him, his aristocratic friends dropped him, and the public's hostility can be brutal. Below the bridge, water traffic halts as the crews on barges, ferries, and other boats gawk at the dangling, screaming man. Steamships are backed up behind them. Horns blast in vain. I see photographers among the crowds massed on both banks of the river, on rooftops and the wharves outside St. Catherine's docks opposite us. Word travels fast in London, from the streets to the public houses to the newspaper offices. Mick greets two shaggy-haired street urchins who come running to see the spectacle. When I first met Mick almost 3 years ago, he was one of them, an underfed, undersized, grimy boy. Now 15, he's a tall, lanky, handsome youth, but his red hair still sticks up, and he has a raffish air. One boy jingles pennies in his hand. "Wanna bet he dies?" He points at the dangling man. "You're on," the other boy says. "That's cold," Mick protests. "Oh, you got deep pockets, don't be tight," the first boy says, his voice sharpening. Mick hesitates. I perceive that these boys, his friends from the old days, resent his good fortune of having a well-paid job and a respectable place in the world. "I'm in." Mick obviously doesn't want to be thought a snob. "I bet he gets saved." I duck under the black drape attached to the back of the camera and peer through the viewfinder. I'm using a special lens purchased at a high price from an inventor that functions as a telescope and magnifies far-distant objects. It gives me an amazingly clear, close-up view of the dangling man. He's young, muscular, and clad in rough, dirty clothes. He waves his arms as if in an attempt to fly to safety. The rope twists. For a moment, his panic-stricken gaze turns directly towards my camera, and he screams, "Help!" My heart clenches. This is in some ways worse than photographing murder scenes at which the victims, the blood, and the gore are still present. For those folks, the worst has already happened. With crimes, I at least can seek justice for the victims. With fatal accidents, there's no justice, no consolation. All I can do for this man is pray. He wails as I snap the shutter. The wind blows the cap off his curly brown hair. The cap falls the long, long way down. The spectators groan. I imagine myself in his place, suspended in empty air, help beyond reach, with only the thin, straining rope tethering me to life. The mud beneath my feet feels less solid, and I tremble with vicarious terror as I change the negative plate. I imagine the snap as the rope breaks, then the heart-stopping plunge, the explosive collision with the water. Sometimes I find danger thrilling and alluring, a quirk of my personality. I seek it out, as if my day is incomplete unless I find a sleeping wolf to poke and wake up. I never feel more alive than when danger threatens, but sometimes its sensations evoke memories of past dangers I've experienced. Now my vision darkens, a gunshot blares in my mind, and I smell sulphur as the old bullet wound in my shoulder throbs. Breathless, I fling the drape off my head. I see a miniature steamboat, a police launch, chug down the river toward the bridge. A constable on board speaks through a megaphone, ordering the log-jammed watercraft to move. Within half an hour that seems like forever, the logjam clears. A barge stops under the walkway. Atop the barge,